I tell you what, chums, this is enough to make you feel ill. I don't know about you, but when you are going through something very bad, all you really want around you are your home comforts, people that you know, and preferably the doctor or nurse or the person that is looking after you on a regular basis there. But apparently, yes, the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, has other ideas, along with none other than the current Health Secretary, Wes Streeting. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are going through something difficult health-wise, you do have my sincerest best wishes. I hope you all get better, and keep your chin up. It's not easy, I get it. When you feel a bit under the weather, everything becomes worse, doesn't it? But there's always things that you can do. Trust me, I won't lecture you, I promise you, but do find music and keep the light open and let the window in and stuff like that. You can sort of perk yourself up a little bit, and don't have naysayers around you. Yes, naysayers a little bit like this, the current British Prime Minister. You see, a couple of weeks ago now, he literally went on camera and basically pointed out that under this brand new government that we have, waiting lists had shot down and millions now are getting more appointments. Now, I don't know about you, the only appointments I ever get offered are text on my phone for basically all of these tests that you do not need, you're not required for, whether it be shingles or COVID or all that sort of stuff, but they can charge for that. I pointed this out before, right? So they want you to go down there because, certain age, we've seen so many in that area for this jab, or whether it's flu jab, vitamin jab, shingles, you name it. You try and get an appointment for something that you want, not a chance. Yet have you noticed when you do go in the surgery, there's never anybody sat there? Why? Because they're all out at the migrant hotels. It's as simple as that. It's a little bit like this. Sorry, we haven't had a wave. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. You can see I'm getting hot and bothered about this now. But on a serious note, if you are over here in the United Kingdom, say you've been waiting for an operation, it might be the hip or the knee or just a general operation. Yes, you will be offered that opportunity, but you could be sent abroad. Could be anywhere, Belgium, Poland, anywhere like that. And now, here's the thing. I understand the need to get this down. You can see it both sides. But there's nothing more terrifying, is there, in my opinion, than going for an operation in hospital and the things that you want around you, even just the drive there, knowing that the area that you're in, you're not that far away from home, if things got a little tricky and you felt nervous and you couldn't stand it anymore. Imagine being asked to board a plane to go to a country that you've probably never been to before, seen by doctors and nurses that you've never been seen before. Well, according to a source who works inside this new scheme of the NHS, this is apparently the way forward. And I did ask the burning question, well, what if you don't go? Well, then you're just wiped off because you've been given the opportunity to have that operation. What if I said you wanted to stay inside the United Kingdom and perhaps at the same hospital that you knew and loved and had been having, appointments with? It's not an option. Apparently, if you want this operation, and this is the way forward that they see it, well, that's how they do it. Now, I've seen this happen with operations for cataracts, and there's a company, up in the north that does this, flies these doctors and nurses in for 48 hours. They do a roller coaster amount of cataract operations, and then they fly back out, creaming in a lot of money. How terrifying is that, though? They've already done a full week's work. One slip, it's a problem. I really love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below, because I do find it personally terrifying. It's not something that I would want to do and thankfully don't need to at present. But as I said, if you are on the waiting list, you can stand your ground. And if there's a concern about that, get hold of your local MP. They can't force you to go, and the NHS is something that's supposed to be for all, not just for the invaders and people that have pushed in. If you've paid in for all of your working life, you are owed that. As ever, my lecture is over, but I wanted to highlight this to you so you know. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.